Hey fellow fragrance friends and lovers, welcome back. Benjamin here at the Centaur Fragrance Channel, helping you smell amazing. So today we got Amber Rouge on our hands, and this is from the house of Orientica, I believe that's how you say it. Full disclosure, 100% transparency. That's what you're going to get here. Centaur Fragrance, we're not playing any games. This was sent to me. They did want a review. I told them I'd be obliged to them. I'd like to review them, see what they're all about. And they put a lot of work into their presentation. Just look at it. And it's one of the most beautiful presentations I've seen in general. It does feel like a metal. It does, it's not a plastic, this rose gold type of look. And I'm very interested if it's aluminum. It's probably not a terribly expensive metal, and it's not real rose gold or rubies, but it looks nice for a fragrance. And let's talk about what it smells. But kudos for them for their presentation. I let people see this, and some people told me that this is the best presentation that they've ever seen. They think it looks better than, fragrances that cost hundreds, $300, $400, $500. So to some people, this might be an absolute stunning presentation. So let's talk about the fragrance. Again, it's called Amber Rouge. We're getting some of these red ambery fragrances, these energetic, sweet, sultry, seductive fragrances, and I like that. That is something that's needed in the fragrance world, and because of the $70 price or so, which we're going to talk about the value at the end of the video, is it worth the money? I do think this is a fragrance that's going to be really competing more with the designer level fragrances, because you can get this again, full presentation, boxed, ready to go for $70 odd. And this fragrance, we'll talk about the performance. It's pretty nice. Again, what does it smell like? What am I talking about? I told you that smelled rouge and sultry, and it does. This fragrance has saffron, jasmine. It has middle notes of amber and ambergris, and base notes of cedar and fir balsam. So the saffron here, to me, is more of the fruity kind, more of the top notes. It's a little bit fancy as well. It's not terribly leathery or dry. It's not overtly yellow and sour. It's a little bit fruity here with this reg feel. I'm not sure if they put cherry in here. Cherry is not a listed note. If this fragrance reminds me of anything, it's not Lost Cherry. It's definitely reminding me more of Bacarat Rouge 540 Extrait. And we'll talk about that comparison here in a second. But I don't get a lot of the jasmine, honestly. The amberwood, lots of that. Very modern, full-bodied, modern woody feel. Very nice. Lots of musky vibes. Modern ambergris. It doesn't hit you over the head with a salty, annoying ambroxan, but this does feel higher quality than regular ambroxan. That salty, musky, almost marine-like quality in fragrances. Not exactly sure how they did that, but it doesn't smell like pure natural. I mean, for $70, you're not getting much of any, if any, real jasmine or ambergris. It's just out of this fragrance prices range, and it's just not. You're not going to get that kind of quality, those types of natural ingredients in a fragrance of this price range. Ingredients in perfumery cost a lot of money. So we got cedar and we got fir balsam. I get some of the musky cedar, but I really don't get a lot of it. It doesn't smell overtly woody, but again, this musky, sweet, some people might say cotton candy type feel. The original Bacarat Rouge 540 is here. If you're more familiar with that one, the Extrait made it a little bit more dense and rich and velvety feeling, like a red silk or velvet dress. And that's really what you're getting here. So to summarize it up, I don't get a lot of the fir balsam. It does add some a little bit of an aromatic, tiny bit of green balance to add a tiny bit of dimension and balance to this fragrance that's really a little bit linear, honestly, and sweet. It's kind of simple, but it works and it's attractive. It's not risky to wear. It's not hard to wear, and it's easy to enjoy. It's not terribly original, again, because it does copy Bacarat Rouge 540 Extrait, but it really brings you this at a much more affordable price. So let's talk about that at the end of the video. But again, let's talk about the performance now. I do enjoy this fragrance. Doesn't change a lot, but again, the performance is here. You're going to get about 8+ hours out of this fragrance, no doubt about it, if you spray a bunch of it on. I have it sprayed right here. Let me show you the sprayer, and I did want to mention that the cap is very tight. I've gotten it to loosen up a little bit, but it was maybe too tight to begin with. Hopefully you can hear that snap. That's it's really tight, and it was actually pulling off the plastic cap inside. At first I had to glue it, I've messaged them trying to tell them to improve it. Hopefully they will. Maybe it was just a fluke with my bottle. Maybe I got a lemon. You thought that they would send me the perfect bottle, but maybe I got a bad one. Anyways, let's show you the sprayer. It's actually one of the better sprayers I've had. So, you know, in this price range especially. So overall, 8+ hours. I would say good overall projection and slightly, you know, maybe good to very good sillage. So performance is here. It is a linear fragrance. Some people might say more synthetic. Again, that's kind of an overused word that doesn't really explain a lot. It doesn't smell chemically to me or off-putting, but there is something, you know, if you want full-bodied richness and more of a natural feel, Bacarat Rouge 540 didn't do that for a lot of people, and this certainly won't. I don't really think it'll do better than that, but this does somehow hold up. It feels like that Bacarat Rouge 540, that Maison France's Curtijon DNA, and that fragrance, it does feel like it. It does transition just like it. It's a pretty darn good clone or something quite similar. So compliment factor wise, this, again, it's very unisex, surprisingly. I thought that this was going to be more feminine. You know, I do think it would be better on a lady, but if you are a guy who's comfortable with smelling sweet and alluring and, you know, get maybe a little bit of, you know, you got a purr to you. I don't know how to describe it. This fragrance could work on a guy, but again, I probably would suggest this more for the ladies. And so I got mixed reactions. Some people thought I smelled good and it was interesting, and but some people were confused on why I was wearing this kind of fragrance, because they probably would want to smell it on the lady or their wife or whatever, or something, or their partner, so something like that. So interesting fragrance here. Not something that I felt comfortable with, but I still wore it, and it did get noticed, you know, pretty decently, and it did a pretty good job. So what are my final thoughts? This is a tough one for me. I like original fragrances. I only like clones when they resurrect a discontinued fragrance and they give it to us for an affordable price instead of the eBay prices for some of these discontinued fragrances for $300-odd. I don't think it's worth hunting out or around for vintage fragrances that cost $150, $200, $300 for something that used to be in the it used to be in the bargain bins. It used to be a fragrance that maybe not everybody cared about. And even if they did care about it, at one point it was probably a $30 fragrance or $40. So this fragrance here, I don't really like that they copied Bacarat Rouge 540 Extrait. I think that's a great fragrance. I think that it's actually underrated. I prefer it over the original Bacarat Rouge 540. I think the Extrait is better. But this does bring it to you for an affordable price. And so I can't beat it up. This fragrance is in the same wheelhouse or the family as Dark Cherry and Amber by Banana Republic, which was their spin and their take on Lost Cherry. And that also did an excellent job as well. So more of these name brand houses or even startup companies, you know, they're not exactly doing clones. Even the name brands and some of the new companies coming out, they know that there's tons of clones, maybe too many, and they're trying to make a fragrance with a similar DNA or their own spin on it and call it their original fragrance. So does that take away from this a little bit? Yes. But I guess what I'm ultimately going to say is this is an 80 mils, $70-odd. It performs, it smells good, it's attractive. This would make a great gift because it's so flashy, and some people might say gaudy. It's way over the top. This would make an amazing gift, especially for, you know, somebody who's, you know, to a niece or a lady in your life, especially if she's younger, 17, 18. This will blow body sprays out of the water with not only the presentation but the smell. It'll blow body sprays and celebrity fragrances out of the water, and it would be really impressive. So again, this would make a great gift for maybe somebody who's has less experience with fragrances. But if you're deep into fragrances, this is going to be more of an everyday wear fragrance. But I think it does a great job. Maybe, you know, some people seem to put on 10 or 20 sprays of reckless abandon of very expensive fragrances, and they don't seem to care. You know, fragrances to me, especially if I really care about the fragrance, I really don't want to wear it casually. Like my Jubilation 25, which I love so much. I would not wear that casually, even though I love it and I would really want to. Probably would never do that. This fragrance, if you do love that Bacarat Rouge 540 DNA, you could wear this casually at a much more affordable price, and it's going to smell very similar. So my final thoughts are, it's good. It's kind of worth it. It's, you know, maybe Mansara-ish or esque level quality. So that's another way for you to know what you're getting into. But nice house. And if they make more fragrances like this, especially if they play on the some of the discontinued stuff and put their own twist on, so that's what I would like to see. Some discontinued fragrances that are really loved, like Midnight in Paris, you know, by Van Cleef and Arpels, and throw some coffee in there. Oh my goodness, please do that. Do that for me. I'm begging you. But anyways, this is decent. Doesn't really change up the DNA a lot, but it's a successful release for what it is. So I don't think you're fooled by this fragrance, the originality of it at least, but does it do a good job for what it is? Yeah, it does. So what do you think about fragrances like this? Making clones, making adaptations, changes, mixtape, you know, DJing popular fragrances, and even some of the big brands are doing it. Mont Blanc, Calvin Klein, and a lot of these brands, Azzaro, are doing this, where they, you know, take their own spin on a popular DNA, and you know that was done by like Invictus. That was done 101 times. Everybody was playing that game. Anyways, let me know what you think down below. Thank you for watching my fragrance channel, fragrance review, helping you smell amazing. This is a good option. I'll include links below where you can find this upcoming brand and this upcoming fragrances. And I would love to know your thoughts down below. Have you tried Bacarat Rouge 540 X-Ray? Is it boring to you? Do you think, you know, that the Bacarat Rouge 540 X-Ray is even more expensive than the regular 540? That one's like $350, $400 odd. Maybe you can get it cheaper somewhere else if you find a deal, but this is $70. And I know somebody out there is going to be happy about that. So let me know what you think down below. I'll see you soon, everybody. Smell amazing. Thank you for watching my channel. Benjamin here at Centaur Fragrance. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe before you go. Come back every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I got a new video for you, some new fragrances, and I'll see you soon, everybody. Peace out, and bye.